Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Tuesday afternoon. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a quick look at your forecast. We're still expecting showers and storms to track on through today. Some of them could be on the strong side. I don't think we're dealing with a huge severe weather risk today, but I'll have more on that here soon. Our other thing that we're watching for is what happens on Friday. Friday could end up being another severe weather day across our area. I'll have more details on that. First off, let's take a look at what's going on the radar right now. We'll flip over to Viper Live Radar. We are watching those showers that are developing across parts of the Shoals, parts of the Savannah area down towards Decatur and Huntsville. Nothing's overly strong at this point. We do note that there's a lot more cellular activity that's happening well off to our east. We're going to be watching kind of this general area today across parts of eastern Mississippi and western Alabama for additional shower and storm development. Right now, everything, like I said, not too heavy out there. It's generally on the light side of things. No thunder, no lightning, no gusty winds, no small hail potential in any of these showers right now. But we'll continue to watch things over the next several hours. But for now, just know that if you're in Florence, Russellville, Decatur, Huntsville, down towards Coleman, even up here in Savannah towards Lawrenceburg, everything that's out there right now is relatively on the light side of things, but we'll continue to watch as things progress over the next several hours. Let's take a look at your forecast. First off, live look from our Arctic Air Skycam network this Tuesday afternoon, showing a lot of cloud cover around, a lot of overcast skies. That will continue to be the case for the remainder of your afternoon and evening. Can't completely rule out some breaks in the clouds, but I think for the most part, we're just going to be dealing with this outside today, unfortunately. But that should actually keep the chance for some heavier storms down across our area, especially if we continue to see cloud cover like this. That should limit the overall daytime heating. And if there are any strong storms today, it might actually end up being further off to our south. Here's our overall setup. We still have that upper level low spinning across the area. You see that there in our radar satellite composite. That's why we have some of those weird storm and shower tracks we've had over the past couple of days. Over the weekend, everything was generally moving from southeast to northwest. Yesterday, things were moving from around southeast to northeast and towards the north. And once again today, we're on that back side of things, so things are kind of moving more from the west to the east, all around that circulation across the area. That's going to be responsible, that has been responsible for, like I said, some of those weird tracks on some of the storms we've had over the past few days. Current temperatures across the board is going to end up being warmer here for areas in southern Tennessee as opposed to what's going on here in northern Alabama. I think your high temperature might actually have already been hit here across parts of the Shoals because the continued shower activity, the continued cloud cover, I don't really see these temperatures bumping up too much. Currently 70 in Florence, 70 in Moulton, 65 in Iuka and Red Bay, 67 in Russellville. Up here across southern Tennessee, it's been a slightly different story today. You had a little bit more of that sunshine you saw this morning that allowed things to warm up. So I think middle 70s are definitely expected here for highs across southern Tennessee. Right now, 73 in Pulaski, 72 in Lawrenceburg, 71 up there in Hohenwald. Weather Where You Live forecast shows you exactly those high temperature potential today. Lawrenceburg here right around 74 degrees, Florence around 72, Athens right around 71. Again, I think Athens and Florence, that northwestern Alabama area, if you hadn't hit your high yet, you're getting really close to hitting that high temperature. Across the board, over the area, 75 in Lewisburg, 76 in Columbia, 76 in Mount Pleasant expected today. And that's where I mentioned in northern Alabama, generally staying right around in those lower 70s with showers and storms. Tonight, our temperatures will be dropping down into the lower 60s. 61 in Pulaski, 60 in Lawrenceburg, 61 in Loretto, 61 in Florence, and 60 degrees in Rogersville. There will continue to be a chance at some isolated showers and storms during the overnight hours. All right, let's talk about your severe weather risk today. It is on the very low end of things. This is a level 1 marginal risk that goes right up towards the state line here. This is why I was thinking that if there's any chance that this ends up being south of our area, it's going to end up being like that today with that shower activity that might just inhibit the chance at some stronger storms today across parts of the shoals down towards Russellville and Moulton, but of course, the least regret, the Storm Protection Center does still have that marginal risk going up to the state line. Our main focus today is going to end up being like what we had yesterday, the chance that some of those storms could briefly become severe with damaging winds and the chance at some quarter-size hail. The other thing we'll be watching, and I think any chance of this might end up being further to our south, there is a little bit of low-level shear as that kind of last part of that upper-level system kicks on through. So there is a chance that we'll have to watch the radar today for any storm that tries to rotate. There might be an outside chance at a brief tornado, but I don't expect big severe weather issues today, and I don't expect big tornado issues today. Futurecast showing you exactly where those showers and storms could end up popping up across our area. We'll say with at noon here, all this down here is too heavy on the model guidance, but of everything up here is generally okay. It's not getting it completely right, but it's a kind of a good starting point, I would say, with the model guidance here. So as we fast forward things to 2 p.m., we should start to see more activity develop across parts of northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. By the time we get into 5 p.m., I think most of the activity might end up becoming a little more scattered in nature, and that should continue to be the case once we get into the evening hours. 9 p.m. this evening, only still seeing some isolated showers. Once we get into the overnight hours, I think we have a little bit of a break, but then we should start to see more showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder develop here during the morning hours on your Wednesday. And then once we get into the afternoon hours on your Wednesday, I think most of us are dry with only a stray shower only on the board potentially. Forecast highs for tomorrow, everybody generally gets up into the lower and middle 80s, 82 in Pulaski and Lewisburg, 81 in Lawrenceburg, 83 in Rogersville, and 84 degrees in the Shoals. Rain chances over the next 7 days. Highest chance is going to end up being today, but might actually end up being pushed towards Friday as well. Friday, that 60% chance overnight might end up being bumped up a little bit. That's going to be our next chance for strong and even severe storms. After that Friday system, kind of lower end rain chances are expected. Right now, it looks like Sunday is going to end up being the day where you have that best chance at some scattered showers and storms. Let's go ahead and go back and what we talked about on that Friday system. We do have that level 2 out of 5 across our area and off towards the north. This includes parts of Kentucky, southern Illinois, southeastern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, and here across parts of western and middle Tennessee, and extreme northwestern Alabama and northern Mississippi. What we're watching for is that system moving in on Friday. That's going to give us our next chance at severe weather, like I mentioned. What we're watching for are the chances that this could end up being an all-mode severe weather type of chance. And right now, everything's kind of uncertain. It's too far out to be exact on details like timing, what type of magnitudes of threats we're looking at, but kind of looking at the overall setup, it does look like we could be dealing with the chance at some damaging winds, large hail, and we will have to watch that chance for an isolated tornado as well. This is the overall setup from the European model. We're going to be watching the morning hours. There could be showers and storms that start to develop, but our main focus is going to end up being during the afternoon and the evening here, 5 p.m. Looks like we could have some showers and storms developing across parts of western Tennessee into our area. And then once we get into the overnight hours, we'll be watching for the chance that those cluster up and become a line of storms that move through during the overnight hours. That would have a heightened damaging wind potential with it if it were a line that moves through. That's kind of the overall setup that we're looking at right now. Once we get into Saturday, I think most of the activity ends up being off to our east or our south. So right now, all we want you to do is just be aware that on Friday night into Saturday morning, we're going to be watching for that chance at some severe weather. But again, exact details like timing, the overall magnitudes, what kind of threats we're going to exactly be looking at, that's uncertain right now. So that's why we tell you just keep checking back for the latest on that here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Rest of your 7-day forecast, we're dry, mainly Wednesday afternoon, all day Thursday. Temperatures will be getting up into the middle and upper 80s. Wouldn't be shocked if some areas get close to 90 degrees Thursday and Friday. And then once we get into the weekend and next week, still an outside chance at showers and storms Saturday and Sunday. Like I showed you on that 7-day rain percentage, it's kind of on the lower end of things right now. I don't expect things to be a complete washout. So if you have any of those outdoor activities planned for Saturday and Sunday. Don't cancel them yet, but just know that there could be some showers and storms in the mix, and that chance continues into Monday with temperatures dropping down into the lower 80s. That's your latest forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in with his live at 5 to give you another check on that radar, see what storm activity are out there, and have another check on your 7-day forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday afternoon.